Alright guys, check this out. So previously I've made a airplane with LED lights with a remote control that you can change by random by using a controller. So I'm going to redesign it and redo it. And this is what I've come up with so far. So these lights are inside the airplane and they light up really nicely. But I'm going to do something completely different. This is the controller it comes with. And this is the transformer that changes the lights. This is the string of lights comes with. It's waterproof. So first thing I did is I got my design of my wing that I want, and it's pretty much the same, similar as this wing that I did on my previous build, but it's a little bit bigger and wider. Got my dimensions that I want, and then I fold this over and then trace it out again to get what I want out of my dimensions. Okay. And after doing that, I cut a strip out on the bottom. This is the bottom part. I'm going to put tape over it. I was going to glue it, but these are pretty heavy, and I'm afraid I don't want to weight the aircraft down with a lot of material. So I'm going to pull this tight and then put tape over it. So this is the bottom part, and then this is going to be the inside. Right here. This is going to be the inside. So I put tape along here so it won't come through on the other side. And then I'm going to build a, frame out a airfoil right here on this side. So this is the process of my wing design. So my design is this. Lights on the bottom, and then my airfoil will come over, then lights on top. I will have two transformers that I will change the lights on the top one color and then on the bottom one color, and then go from there. So this is the process of building the wing. Here we go. Working with my airfoil, I decided to go ahead and do 1.5 inches, taper down to 1 inch. Since I cut the bottom for my light strips, this is pretty not sturdy, so I'm going to put these little strips in to make this real strong. On the other side, I have my arrow shafts in, and I also did extra right here to make sure this nose doesn't bend up. It should be fine, but just for a overkill, I guess. Also doubled this up. This is 2 in here. So it's looking good. I'm going to just keep moving with it. Working on the airfoil, I got most of it done. Looks pretty good. Got a good lip on it. I'll have to piece this together at the very end. Not a big deal. So I just did a 45-degree angle on both sides. Put it down, taped it like a hinge, and then gently creased it. And used my friction for my hand, or you can use a hair dryer, and did very nicely. So I got my front nose on, making it a lot longer, and so if the nose hits, this whole thing will break off and I can fix it. On my previous airplane, I crashed my nose right here, and this whole thing just bent all the way in. I just ripped it off and repaired it, so it's fixed now. So that's what I'm going to do with this airplane. The same thing. Instead of having a piece right here as the same bottom piece, it's going to be separate. So if the plane wrecks, just the front will get crushed and not the whole fuselage of the aircraft. I have the nose almost done, not glued yet. So this is foam I'm going to put in here, because the batteries are going to sit right here, and I have a foam right here. This is a weight, because I believe I need weight for the balance of the airplane. So if the nose hits, I'm hoping that the battery will be protected and not get damaged. So I have this taped right here, like a hinge, and then one whole piece, and I got a roller, and I just rolled this until it fit the angle that I needed. And then after that, I just cut my dimensions out that I needed. Got my motor mount mounted with paint sticks, and then that will sit on top, and then I'll just frame this out. But looking good so far. I also started to mark my lines for the lights on top of my wing design, and I'm going to use this version of lights. This is not waterproof, so it's going to be lighter. Unfortunately, it's not the same lighting aspects, but it still does the colors and the key code, and I can change what I want. On the light strips, it comes with this cover, and this is sticky, so you can put it on anything you want. What I recommend for the RC community, like RC airplanes and quadcopters and helicopters, take this off and put tape on the bottom so it's not sticky, and then use hot glue to glue it to what you want of the aircraft or RC helicopter. And that way, when you're done with it, you can rip it off, then rip off this paper tape, and then you can retape it and use it again. If you just put this down and glue it or stick it, you're going to have problems with the paper sticking to it. That way, if you have tape, just rip the tape off. Now it's a clean surface. Put the tape back on there, hot glue it, good to go again and again and again. Alright. Working with the servos, I just put them in, so they're good to go. I have the wires going through here to this trap door. I got my wires all connected for my lights, my white ones on top, going through here, soldered together, ready to go for a battery. I have this harness going through here, which will hook up right here. I decided to go ahead and paint the inside. I'm going to use a dark green. I would use black, but I'm going to save it. So I'm going to use a dark color, paint the inside. And the reason why I'm doing it is I don't want the colors to bleed through from one side to the other side. Okay. I was trying to figure out where to put my second box, so I decided to go ahead and mount it here. And I have the wires coming up, and right here at the bin, I just bent this. Now I've double checked everything, make sure everything turns on before I close everything up, and everything's working properly. So I'm gonna close it up. All right, planes together now. I did something different from this aircraft, from this one. I put a canard on it. I'm hoping that it will glide a lot longer with it, but I won't know until I try it. So that's my theory anyway. So hopefully it won't mess the aircraft up flight wise. But put a canard on it so it'll help it glide. I'm a little concerned about this. It's a little weak in here. So if I ever do another one, I'll put some bars underneath to reinforce it. I think I'm going to tape the top, a clear tape. And then underneath, I believe I'm going to paint it black. Here's the aircraft painted on the bottom. And the top. Is covered in the clear plastic. I put tape right here to block this off, so it looks like headlights. I think it looks great. The aircraft is now done. It turned out great. I used picture hooks here and here, also back here, and on the sides for a rubber band to go across to lock it down, rubber band across to lock it down, and this makes it easier to really open it and close it. Okay. The dimensions, if you're wondering about the aircraft, are here. 6 across, 22 inches down from this edge, 7.5 from the wing over. It's 28.5, and then this is 6. The ailerons, which go right here, this part here, this is 3 inches on the high point. So that's a rough draft of the dimensions, and you can figure it out from there. I'm using a 4-cell S battery, and my motor is at 1800 kV. Next thing to do is take it up in the air. I have everything set up now, ready to go. It's going to be either nose heavy or tail heavy, so let's try it out and see what happens. Hopefully a good flight. Nose heavy. First attempt, nose heavy. I trimmed it up a little bit, moved some batteries back, and my fin broke on me, so a little damage. Let's do attempt number 2, and hopefully it goes. Okay, I got up in the air. Trim it out a little bit, bring it back around so you can see it. It's white, so I don't know if you can see it that well. It glides really well, guys. Bring it back around so you see it right about now. Yeah, look at that thing. Yeah! Woo! Glides great. Oh, it's beautiful. I think my elevators can go up a little bit on my trim wise. Alright, let's go ahead and take it up a little higher. I don't know if you can see it or not. I do a rollout flip. Nice. Do another flip. Roll it out. Nice. Come back toward us. Roll it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, it's a slow roll. Not bad. Alright guys, so next thing I need to do is do a night flight. Let's bring it in for a landing. I'm going to fly it toward us so you can see it. Okay, so it's coming in now. Nice. Look at that. Woo! Perfect. Yes! Ah! I tried to do a videotape of the aircraft flying, but all I got was a big blur in the sky. So, needless to say, the plane did exactly what I wanted it to do. So I am happy with it. Change it one more time. So sorry about the flight at night. Like I said, it was just a big blur. Okay, perfect. My final thoughts on the aircraft. When the airplane is coming straight at you, you can see the lights in front, but everything else right here is dark. So I may put some lights right here so I can definitely see the wing. It is a blind spot, so I'll probably change that. I'm using a 500, and it's a 3-cell for my lights. So I can definitely get 30 minutes of flight time using this on this light right here and the bottom one. One of the reasons why I'm using 2 batteries for this light and for this light, if these burn out, this will not. So it is a safety measure that I do. I hope y'all enjoyed the video. From wing to wing, it's 56 inches. It is definitely bigger than my previous aircraft. If you are wondering about the cost of how much this plane costs, with the electronics, the foam board, soldering, pretty much everything, servos, you're looking at $200 and $250 for everything. I believe I spent close to $250 for mine. If you liked the video, please leave a comment.